This is a Clark University podcast.
I remember my first night right before the first day of classes in college. It was at Middle Georgia College in Carquin, Georgia. I got a tennis scholarship, identify as a first-gen student, and I just remember looking in the mirror in my residence hall room and thinking to myself, oh my God, I can't believe I'm in college. At that time, I was approaching 17 years old, so it was on the younger side, but I was also very proud that I was one of the first in my family to go to college, and it was a moment of true excitement and accomplishment.
Activity and anticipation are bubbling to the surface at Clark University as we get ready to start a new semester, welcoming our biggest first-year class in history. We sat down with Dean of Students Kamala Kiem for a conversation about finding success and identity during college.
Being able to own and tell my story has a lot to do with the kind of mentorship that I received. And I've come to realize that the mentors in my undergraduate experience were really key in helping me discover who I am. When I was at Florida International University, my resident director was an out lesbian, and that was in the mid-1990s. And at that point, for me, coming from Jamaica, and if anyone knows Jamaica, it's a very heterosexual country. And so coming to an institution where I'm being mentored by somebody who's out and helping me to develop my sexual identity, and having that guidance along the way allowed me to own that identity and to be able to make meaning of the experiences that I was encountering. My mentor is a person who channeled my struggles of coming out to my family, even my spiritual conflict that I had, into getting me involved in the Stonewall Student Union Club, where I was connecting with other queer students, having me involved in the Safe Space training program where I became a peer educator facilitator, and also just taking me under her wing, exposing me to other social justice movements. And so she channeled my challenges into very positive ways and allowed me to have a network of people to support my identity development.
I'm Melissa Hanson, a producer in Clark's communications office, and this is Challenge Change.
As a first-gen student from an international country, Jamaica, there really wasn't a lot of opportunity for higher education. So my ticket in was through tennis and playing tennis. And I had truly no concept of, rankings or reputation or success metrics of, if I go to this college, what are the possibilities that I will land a job after? None of that. It was just more about getting in and getting access into the higher education experience. I transferred from Middle Georgia College because it's a 2-year institution, and I actually got another tennis scholarship at Florida International University. And there was a moment where I had to make a decision in my life that, honestly, it was a life-changing decision. I was enamored in becoming a resident assistant at Florida International University because of the role of building community. And at that time, you could not be a resident assistant and a college athlete. And I had to make a decision between being an athlete or a resident assistant. So I had a moment where I had to choose between being an athlete and an RA, and I chose the RA role.
Mentors can help steer the way, but college is a complex journey of finding self and purpose.
Many of us find that the most rewarding part of our profession is connecting with students, seeing them grow and, overcome adversity and work through challenges. One of the recent changes that we made was in what is now known as the Identity Student Engagement and Access Office, previously known as MFGSS. And we've hired 3 new staff members, and where there is a primary focus on our BIPOC communities, as well as our LGBT plus communities and our first generation communities as well. We're also looking at building out capacity when it comes to working with our neurodiverse students, leveraging what is a program that some students may know as a strategic learning services program, and growing that program to meet the needs of our incoming students.
Performing well in the classroom is a key part of college, but the path to finding success is more holistic.
Did they attain their degree? Did we retain them here at Clark? Are they academically successful? And that means that they're getting good grades. That means that, they're really exploring majors and minors and pursuing their passions. And if they're having a difficulty in class, they're not changing their major because of that and sacrificing their passion and purpose, but that we're helping them to think through how to overcome those challenges. And when they do get their degree, are they having the outcome that they intended to have with the degree? Did they land the job, or did they pursue their graduate studies? Those are areas of success. But I also want to pay attention to the love and joy and satisfaction piece of their experience, because they're resilient and they will overcome and they will persevere. But do they love the experience? I think about the time when I changed from pre-med to business because I did biology and chemistry in one semester and it was really difficult and it just made me go into business. No regrets, but if I had more mentors, maybe I would be in the sciences. So even with the decisions of choosing between being a college athlete and an RA, and I chose the RA, I learned and appreciated what all of the positiveness and growth that I got from those two life-changing experiences, I was able to capitalize on in making sure that I fulfill what I believe my purpose to be.
At the end of our conversation, we asked Dean Kiem to imagine what advice she would have given the college version of herself.
Don't underestimate the influence you have in really making other people feel like they belong in the communities that you're a part of, and seeing people for who they are. You don't need to be in a position of leadership for you to be able to have that influence. You could just be a college student, not having been involved in anything, and still have that change impact on making someone else feel like they belong.
Welcome to Clark. We hope you have a fall semester filled with joy and achievement. To learn more about everything offered here at Clark University, visit clarku.edu. Challenge Change is produced by Andrew Hart and Melissa Hanson. Find other episodes wherever you listen to podcasts.
1, 2, 3, Clark!